All right. Simple, compound, and complex sentence. So, let's go ahead and begin. Let's begin. All right. I want you to write down a couple things for me. I want you to write down dependent clause and independent clause. And take a moment, and what do you think each are? A dependent clause versus an independent clause. So if I am dependent on something, what does that mean? I rely on something. I can't stand on my own, right? So a dependent clause is just that. It is a sentence that cannot stand on its own. It's going to begin with a subordinating conjunction. And your subordinating conjunction is going to show some type of relationship, right? But it's going to begin with words like although, before, if. Sir, can you just talk real quick? I'll bring you the class. Oh, no, that's good. Get a piece of paper out and start taking these notes. Because. Oops. And an example of a dependent clause because I want to go to college. Can that stand on its own? Is that its own sentence? No. It is a dependent clause. It has the meat of a sentence, but it just can't stand on its own. Now, an independent clause. If a dependent clause can't stand on its own, what can an independent clause do? It can stand on its own, right? An independent clause is a simple sentence. An independence clause is a simple sentence, right? I want to go to college. That can stand on its own, right? Strong, simple sentence. I want to go to the grocery store. I want $1 million. I ran my race. I played in my game last week. I am a cheerleader. Those are examples of simple sentences. The cat ran outside. Right? Just very basic sentences. That is an independent clause. That's going to give you a simple sentence, okay? Very important to know the difference between a dependent clause and an independent clause, because now we're going to start getting to the formula, okay? Any questions on a dependent clause and an independent clause? Again, dependent cannot stand on its own. It's going to have a subordinating conjunction, but not just the word. It's going to have the whole phrase, right? So you can't just say because. It's going to have the whole phrase. Although, right? Although I want to go to college, comma, let me stop. I went too far. All right. So we have simple sentence. Any question about what a simple sentence is? All right. So next, we're going to move to a complex sentence. Again, the difference between a basic level of writing and an enhanced form of writing, just a few things. So write this formula down. Complex equals dependent clause, a comma, independent clause, period. A complex sentence is a dependent clause separated with a comma and an independent clause. All right. Because I want to go to college, I have to earn good grades. Write that down. Because I want to go to college, I have to earn good grades. Make sure to leave some space, okay? Because we're going to mark up the sentence. Because I want to go to college. What type of phrase is that? Dependent or independent? Dependent. Cannot stand on its own. Because I want to go to college. It's like a cliffhanger, right? You separate your dependent clause and your independent clause with a comma. I have to earn good grades. That's a sentence that can stand on its own, correct? Period. Because I want to go to college, comma, I have to earn good grades. Period. Here goes another example. Although I studied for the test, I still scored poorly. Where's the dependent clause? Where's the independent clause? And where would a comma go? Someone help me out. Although I studied for the test, I still scored poorly.
Don't go between the test and the I.
Between the test and the I. What does that create before the comma? An independent or a dependent? Dependent clause. Why? Although I studied for the test. Is that a simple sentence? Although I studied for the test. That's a dependent clause. That can't stand on its own. You still want more, right? I still scored poorly is your independent clause. I still scored poorly, that can stand on its own. But that's how you create that complex sentence. So there goes two examples of using your subordinating conjunction to create your complex sentence. So, now it's your turn. I want you to create one complex sentence. Okay? Using this formula. Dependent clause, comma, independent clause creates your complex sentence. Take 2 minutes, write a complex sentence, and label it this way. Go.